day, and welcome back to another Bonds Property Tour. Struth. Today, we've got the W family here in Nolanville, Tennessee, checking out this grouse home that's up for grabs. And I reckon you're gonna absolutely love it, mate. Now, before I get started, I want to give a massive shout out to the listing agent, Terry Radcliffe with Benchmark Realty, for letting us have a sticky beak at this beautiful listing and bring it to the channel. I reckon you're going to be wrapped with this one. No worries. Now, you can obviously see from the outside, it's something pretty special. Not your everyday kind of place, which I reckon is tops. But more importantly, Cobber, check out the size of this block. Over 3 acres here. Wowzer. You can already see up ahead where you've got your Ripper Gate. So it's obviously Chalker's private, mate. You gotta love the seclusion. Fair dinkum. I know heaps of my long-term subscribers can't stand being right on top of the neighbors. So this is one thing you can definitely appreciate. No dramas. And get this, it's actually approved for a pool ready to be built. But even better, you're going to be stoked with the fixtures and really just the stuff they've used inside. Beauty. I love the farmhouse vibe we got going on. Bonzer. You can obviously see the butte lanterns surrounding the whole property. Aren't they grouse? On top of that, you can see the natural stack stone going straight in there. Looks ripper. But have a go at this covered front porch. Folks, like I said, not something you see every day. Not even in the fanciest suburbs. You can see your beam heading right across. Obviously has that nice accent. That nice texture that everyone loves. She's a beauty. You've got your double front doors. And then just look at the space you've got on your covered front porch. Now, if you can imagine hands out here on a Saturday morning, the birds chirping, good cuppa, fantastic day, what a stunner. Okay. Enough of that yakking. Let's get you inside so you can see the beauty. Fair enough? Now, I want to preface this by saying this one was staged at one point in time, but not currently. But it really won't take away from the beauty whatsoever. Not one bit. So, I'll let you take this in. Take your time. Gorgeous. So, of course, the first thing when you walk in, you've got this 2-story foyer. Impressive. Your staircase is right over here to the left. No worries. Right underneath the staircase, folks, is, of course, the wine cellar. How good's that? You can obviously see you got the natural stone inside there. Very classy. I want to point out this beautiful chandelier right above your staircase. Folks, give it a burl. Look at that. This is going to look fantastic at night. Oh my goodness. What a showstopper. Okay. So straight away when you walk in, you are greeted with a 2-story great room as well. Ripper. 20 plus foot ceilings. Wowzer. Love the fireplace. Cracking spot to warm up. You can see they've got the LED lighting fixture inside the fireplace. Tops. Of course, you see the porcelain tile. On the outside, very stylish. You do have the shiplap right above your built-ins. Bonzer, you got your built-in shelving as well. And you got sliders. Folks, look at that. So, you saw the amount of space that you have in the front. But look how much space you still have in the back. Folks, I know you can see a little bit beyond, but wow. You see you're surrounded by the trees. You got a nice pond that's accessible. How good's that? Wow, absolutely fantastic. I love the open concept that you get in here. And then, of course, you have a mother-in-law suite. How convenient. We'll get to that later on in the tour. So stick around. Now, I want to show you from this angle, give you the full picture. Of course, you can see where catwalk is. Up there, your second level. Straight ahead, folks, is actually an elevator. And then, of course, imagine doing your dishes, having all the family out here, you know, good times. We talk about that quite a bit. Family oriented, love it, don't we all? Now, I want to make sure that I open up the refrigerator for you, folks, so that way you don't miss anything, no stone unturned. So, obviously, you can see that this is actually a Gen Air refrigerator, snazzy. So, top of the line, the works. We got a little mango drink right there. Love that. How refreshing. And then, obviously, I'll open up some of these drawers for some of my folks as well. Give you a peek. And then we have soft clothing, which I know you can appreciate as well. Very Schmidt. And then go inside of your pantry area, or more of that butler's kitchen, or, you know, prep area. You have a pocket door right here. Folks, how clever. So, separating the two keeps things nice and tidy. So, you have a ton of storage, shelving, quartz countertops. You extend in here, goes on forever. Same thing with the KitchenAid appliances. High quality stuff. You have access for another refrigerator, a freestanding one. How good's that? And then you can see the stacked cabinets extending here as well. Plenty of room for all your goodies. So, the cool thing is, when you walk into your, breakfast area or dining area, depending on what you plan to utilize it for, you have sliders in here. Bonus. So, not only do you have in the great room, you have sliders in here and on this side. So, depending on your mood and where you want to access, you have two different sections right there, which I know you can appreciate. Gives you options. But let me show you from this end, folks. Change of perspective. Look at this. Extremely spacious. Wow. I love it. A ripper. Okay. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll continue this way. Keep trucking. And then we'll make our way around. Make sure you see everything. So straight away when you walk over here, you can see the continuous wainscoting right over here to the left. Very classy, because this is in close proximity to the garage. You're going to have your mudroom handy, but obviously you see some hookups for the washer and dryers. Convenient. And then on top of that, you're going to have washer and dryer. Hookups upstairs as well. Double bonus. So we'll take a look at that pretty soon. Don't you worry. But look at this, folks. Perfect location. Couldn't be better. And then, of course, right over here, you have a coat closet, handy for guests. So, I love the proximity, right? Walking in from your 6-car garage. Yes, I said it. You heard that correctly. 6-car garage, which I love. Folks, plenty of space. Look at this. Now, I'll give you a sneak peek of the backyard so you can see what we're working with. How good's this? Look at that. But we'll see that towards the end of the tour. Make sure you stay tuned. You won't want to miss it. And then I'll open up the garage for you so you can see what we're working with. Show you the full picture. Look at this, folks. So what this is you have the 4-car garage bay and then a 2-car tandem. Unreal. So toward the back over there, you can actually fit 2 additional cars, which is fantastic. Perfect for the car enthusiast. And how about we see that so you don't miss anything, give you a proper look. So you could obviously see, and then of course right over here, look at this, you got some more storage. As far as if you want to add the toolbox over here, you know, the jack, spare tires, you can certainly add that. Plenty of room for it. But on top of that, folks, you do have access to the backyard right over there. You can clearly see that as well. Easy access. And then you see the little columns right here separating, very stylish. And then also, you might have noticed that you had the privacy glass. Keeps things nice and private, but really nice, you know. That's one thing that's different. Unique touch. You know, I know some folks may be turned off by the open laundry room right here, but you know, I think it is practical since you have that second one up there. Makes sense. But obviously, you let me know in the comments, what do you think? Okay, so right here, folks, this is a perfect study. Ideal workspace. Just look at the windows. You have sliders in the study. Wow, that's grouse. Really something you don't see quite often. Sets it apart. And of course, you got a nice little closet if you want to hang up that coat right there. Because, a lot of us, if you do a Zoom call, most of the time you might have your coat on, but, you have maybe basketball shorts on or something like that. So, just hang up the coats right there. No judging whatsoever. We've all been there. Then right over here, of course, you have your built-in and all the storage space that you need on the lower part. Plenty of room for your bits and bobs. Then obviously, cabinet crowns on top, very fancy. But look at it. Look at this. The room from this angle, all the sliders. Wow, lets in plenty of light. Love that. Folks, what a stunner. And then, of course, if I didn't mention, that's a pocket door. Slides away neatly. Okay, so now we're going to continue down this hallway right here. Keep exploring. And then this is what you would call a billiard room, right? Games room. So, if you wanted to add that pool table, folks, you could certainly do so. Plenty of space for it. But more importantly, look at this. You have floating beams, another set of sliders, and then, of course, you have the hardwood flooring extending over here. Very classy. The farmhouse sink. How good's that? So, I know some folks don't like to sink inside of the island, prefer it elsewhere. So, in this case, you still get your views, can admire the scenery while you wash up. So, if you prefer it be elsewhere, just go ahead and head over here and do your dishes, I guess. And then just bring it over there. But look at that beautiful ripper. And this time of day is really nice to actually see the home, in my opinion, shows it off nicely. I like to do it towards, the later evening, so that way you can see the true beauty, the way the light hits it. And then obviously we can see it when it becomes more nightfall or dusk. See it in a different light, but the wainscoting extends right here, adds a touch of class. So this is a perfect place to entertain as well. Great for parties. So if you have maybe 75, 100 guests over here, and you can't fit them all in the kitchen, in the great room, in the backyard, here you go, problem solved. And then obviously, you see your access for your refrigerator. Keep the drinks cold. Okay. So let's continue our tour. Plenty more to see. Now we're going to the mother-in-law suite. Folks, great for extended family. But look, oh my goodness. Okay, so you have another washer and dryer hookup right here. Oh my goodness, that's handy. So we have 3 washer and dryer hookups. Unreal, you'll never run out of clean clothes. Okay, so if you didn't want to hook those washer and dryers up over there, No big deal. You've got options. But look at this. So, over 6,500 square feet. And you're really seeing where they're utilizing the square footage, making the most of the space. So, continuing right here, this is going to be, of course, our half-bath powder room. And then that's a very interesting privacy glass that we have over here to the right. Unique touch. But of course, you have the white cabinetry with the black. Hardware as well. Lower exterior. Exterior tile. Accent wall. Very stylish. You have crown molding on top. Adds a touch of elegance. And then look at this. Your mother-in-law gets another set of sliders right here. How good's that? Got your accent wall. Perfect place for a queen-size bed. 2 nightstands right there. Nice and cozy. And then you have the raised ceilings, which is beautiful. Creates a sense of space. But she would definitely have a great view, could admire the scenery, and then also can see who is in the house on this angle. Keep an eye on things. Love that. Very convenient. So, we also do have our tall baseboards in here. Adds a touch of class. Then you got your full bathroom with your window. Walk-in shower with a porcelain tile as well. Very modern. Crown molding extends in here. Adds a touch of elegance. She's got her shower bench with a shower niche and this textured shower floor like the fish scale tile. Wow! That's different. And then also you'll notice that the tiling extends all around on all 4 sides of the walls, fully tiled. And then right here, we have a decent sized closet, plenty of room for clothes. Let me turn on this light, give you a better look. Yeah. Got your recessed light right above there, bright and spacious. So, definitely ample space as far as the closet is concerned, which you can appreciate. Everyone loves storage. But man, just look how large this is. You just walking now, it's massive. Whoever is in that room will have to walk. You know, a distance to get over there. But no big deal whatsoever. Good exercise. Beautiful home so far. Real stunner. And I'm hoping you to let me know what you're thinking about this one. What are your thoughts? Now also I'd love to hear, do you like the homes in Tennessee? Do you like the ones in Texas is better? Georgia? Where do you feel has the best homes? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's continue before we take a look at that primary. Folks, almost there. I promise you I'm going to get to you to that, which is over there to the right. Just around the corner. Let's go ahead and show this room so we don't miss anything. Give you the full tour. So this is another powder room, half bath. You can obviously see same materials as well. Consistent style. Make sure we got the toilet seat closed. Always good manners. Okay, so our first bedroom with carpet in here. Larger bedroom. You can clearly see spacious. So, if that's the mother-in-law suite, this will be a perfect place for the guest suite. How convenient. You can see right in the front yard, of course, overlooks the garden. All the windows, tall baseboards in here. Very plush carpeting. Feels great underfoot. And the good thing is this is first come, first served, not a model home. So what you see is what you get. How good's that? So it's not in a situation where you're figuring out what is upgrades, what is not. No hidden surprises. What you see is what you get straight up. And you know, it's so funny because I always feel bad because, you know, with model homes, it gets so tricky, confusing for everyone. You know, sometimes availability, pricing changes, always changing. So I try my best to be as transparent as possible with the pricing. But sometimes, you know, that's why I always have to add that plus right there, just because, you know, it gets a little sticky, can change on a dime. And then even, you know, the next week or the next month, pricing may change, always fluctuating. So, you know, transparency is, you know, real important for us. We're all about honesty. But this shower tub combo inside of this room, of course, you got your beautiful, wow. I haven't seen this before. That's unique. Look at this. They have the, you know, the hardware on top that gives it illusion, as if it's a sliding mirror. Very clever. That's a nice little touch. I've never seen that before. Sets it apart. See, it's so cool. You always see different things every time you go into some of these homes. You never know what you're going to get again. Always something new to discover. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to what you're looking for, folks. The main event. So, let's continue this way. Almost there. You can obviously see straight ahead. Right over here is our ensuite, the master bathroom. But let me show you the primary suite first. Let you see the bedroom itself. Look at this. Got your fireplace. Folks, with a shiplap. Very cozy. You got your mantle ready to go. Put your decorations up there. LED ceiling fan. Look at all the lights that you have in here. Plenty of illumination. So you have the tray ceilings. Adds a touch of elegance. You have your accent wall right here where your headboard would go. Creates a focal point. You got two separate accent points, or access points rather, to the private patio for you folks. How good's that? Wow. Extremely spacious. Plenty of room to move around. You heat that sucker up right there. Especially as we go into the winter. Cracking spot to relax. What a best. What a good time to be living in a house like this. Perfect for all seasons. So you got this industrial side ceiling fan. LED ceiling fan right there with the tray ceilings and the crown molding on top. Very stylish. So really gives that nice raised ceiling feel, which I know a lot of folks can appreciate. Creates a sense of space. And then right here, got a nice little wet bar counter area. Very convenient. Add that, that Nespresso, right? Fancy coffee. Not Keurig anymore. I guess we moved on from that. Haha. And then let's take a look at our ensuite, folks. The master bathroom. Okay. So we have our freestanding tub straight ahead right here. Very luxurious. I know one of our long-term subscribers, Kirk. I know we talk about that as far as not having the freestanding tub inside of the shower, personal preference. So, Kirk, that one's for you right there. You'll be happy to see this. So, if you notice too, the porcelain tiles on all four sides in here as well. Again, consistent style. So you got your little section over here. Adds a touch of tranquility. Look, you got a little bamboo tree over there. Some tranquility, a bit of zen. And then, of course, you have your crown molding inside of here. Quartz countertops. Same cabinetry with the hardware. All the bells and whistles. And then look at this, folks. Look at this walk-in shower. Unreal. Now, this will get you clean right here. No worries about that. So, you can obviously see you have your waterfall shower head. Very luxurious. You have your tile, ceiling as well. Fully tiled, long shower bench. Relax and unwind. Porcelain tiling in here. Same material, consistent style. So they extended it from, from the shower all around the insert. Seamless design. Okay. So to the right is our water closet, separate toilet. But let's look at our primary suite, folks, the walk-in wardrobe. Yes, now this is what I'm talking about. Plenty of space for clothes. Look at all the drawer space that you have. Unreal. You got your island right here. Fold your clothes. You got your built-in bench right there with the cubby spaces underneath. Sit down and put your shoes on. You got your drawers, soft closing. Every single one of them is soft closing, top quality. And look at all the windows that you have. Folks, wow. Plenty of natural light. So much storage in here. You'll never run out of room. Any size wardrobe would fit in here. No problem at all. You might need to get your summer or your winter collection. Have it stored up in here that's coming out. It's already out. Love that. Time to get ready for the new season. And the summer collection is on sale right now. Great time to shop. So, if you want some good deals, go ahead and take a look at that online. Snag a bargain. But wow, absolutely stunning, folks. A real showstopper. And then if it's already stunning now, can you imagine when it was staged? Would have been amazing. Okay. So that was the entire first level, unreal. Okay. So we didn't miss anything. I made sure of it. And like I mentioned, right here to the right is our elevator convenient access. And of course it is closed off right now. So I don't want to mess anything up, don't want to break it. But look at this. Let's go upstairs and see what's up there, shall we? And the cool thing is you also have a second story balcony, which I'll make sure to show you that as well as we continue our tour. Plenty to see up here. But you know, we always like to overlook the great room just to kind of give you a better scope and a better angle, give you a different perspective. And then this is where your elevator landing would be right here, where you step out of the lift. But let's go ahead and take a look at our next bedroom. Let's keep moving. So you're going to see the farmhouse sliding door up here, which is a nice touch, very different, adds character. But you have your crown molding. Look at that, adds a touch of elegance. You have almost like this little sunroom right here, which is nice if you want to add that desk. Perfect study nook. But you can kind of get a scope of the full landscaping as well. Overlooks the garden. But in here, no problem whatsoever adding that king-size bed, the 2 nightstands, the desk over there, a dresser. You are good to go. Plenty of space. So, in here is almost like a little secondary primary, I would say. Or a second primary, because you have your vanity area over here. Almost as good as a master. I would have liked to see some dual sinks. But no big deal whatsoever. Still fantastic. This is just, it could be utilized as a second primary. No problem at all. But you have your shower tub combo over here with your shower niche in there. All the drawer space that you would need. Plenty of storage. And then a walk-in closet. Perfect. Ticks all the boxes. That carpet feels fantastic on my feet right now. So I have to give it up for them. Very comfy. You see, you have your recessed lights up here. Bright and spacious. All the storage shelving you need for all your shoes. You're good to go. Plenty of room for everything. Okay, so straight away when we walk up, you can obviously see to the left that's where we just came from. You got your hardwood flooring here, very classy. You can see the wainscoting extends, adds a touch of elegance. So right here you have 2 additional closets as well, double storage, look like pantries, but they're closets right here, plenty of room for linens and stuff. So if you want to add additional storage, we'll talk about Twister, Monopoly, Uno. I mean, you don't need that much space for a deck of cards for Uno, but who knows? Okay, now look at our game room. Folks, ready for some fun? It's a common area. Fantastic. Great for entertaining. You can clearly see we have some sliders up here, which is perfect, letting plenty of light. So the wainscoting extends up here, consistent style. But like I said, the possibilities are endless. The poker table, the pool table, anything you want. I mean, you already have the billiard room downstairs. So, you know, if you wanted to add an air hockey table, yeah, there you go. That would be awesome. And look at this, folks. What a view. Absolutely stunning. Look how peaceful it feels out here. Wow. So serene. You can't hear a thing. That's awesome privacy. Very secluded. But obviously here, you see that you have the cathedral ceilings as well. Creates a sense of space. You have the sliders that continues here. You see your lanterns. We got to turn those on later. Light up the night. But lanterns all the way around here illuminates the entire exterior of the house, which I know you can appreciate as well. How good's that? You can obviously see going to our additional bedrooms. You have that same farmhouse sliding door as well, consistent style, or barn bar door, what you want to call it, rustic touch. Well, that was one of those right there. It's 5 full bedrooms, but you can obviously see you could use that one as a 6th. You just got to make a few small changes for whoever's going to be staying in there, you know? And then you've got your walk-in closet, as well as your walk-in bathroom. You got a shower tub combo in here, tile flooring, and then this is our walk-in closet. Shelving built in on both ends, yeah, as well as your built-in cubby space right here for the shoes. If you haven't already, let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this one, yeah? As we're moseying around seeing different spaces, locations, and homes, and just mixing things up a bit, I really want to bring you as variety. I reckon you deserve it. And it's always good to see different homes. Fair dinkum. I know if you're an enthusiast like me, just seeing the different architectural lines and the elements and materials people use. It's really grouse to see people's dreams come to life, isn't it? You know, as a builder, you think of these things, ideas you want to chuck into a home, and then you get to do it, bring it to life. Struth, it's an honor bringing it to yous, no worries. Okay, so let's tackle this section here, and then we'll have a captain cook at the other part of the backyard, the patio, covered patio, yeah? but have a squiz at this. You can obviously see every single window, every single sliding door you've got in here, can't you? The quick access doors, of course. You got your built-in bar over here, Ripper Beauty, and obviously you see the stacked stone as well. Yeah, but look at all this space. Imagine chucking in a pool right there, a trampoline over there, the kids' play set, and then you've got your private area over there as far as the patio is concerned, and the second story balcony up there. Love our built-in area over here. And right over here, this is where the mother-in-law suite's private patio is as well. So, let's go have a look at the other section. You can obviously see where our fireplace is because you know you've got the fireplace inside of the primary. So it only makes sense that you'd have an outdoor one as well, yeah? Let's show you this. Okay, and this is our final area before we wrap this up for you guys. Obviously, you can see where our sliding doors are too easy. If you open this up right here from the great room, this is your entertainment section as well. And this is your private patio from your primary suite. You got dual ceiling fans right over here. You see your beam running across. Very similar to the front exterior. You've already got the built-in manhole. Outdoor fireplace. Look at that, unreal. I don't reckon you can get much better than that. Folks, no walking furries. I'll let you be the judge of that one. Fair enough. But other than that, that was another Bonds Property tour. Struth. Alright, ranking family. That was it for this Grouse Property tour. Let me know in the comments what you lot thought about this one, yeah? Is this something you could see yourself living in? Would you make any changes, perhaps? If so, let me know in the comments below, yeah? If you want more information about this home or any home we show, reach out to the information below so we can get you sorted. No worries. Consider hitting that subscribe button. And I'll see you lot on the next property tour. Hooroo! Right. G-Day, folks. NS here. Give us a cheer for another Ripper episode. This week, we're up in the hills of Evergreen, Colorado, about to have a captain cook at this Bonza modern chateau right behind me. This house, she was built back in 2015. They were getting inspiration from the Biltmore estate in Asheville, North Carolina, which is fair dinkum, one of the most iconic properties in the whole bloody world. This place has got heaps of architectural details and gawks out towards the grouse views of the mountains here in Evergreen, Colorado. Righto, let's get down to the nitty-gritty on this beauty. We've got 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 21,692 square feet of interior space, all built on a whacking 35, 1 acre block. And this property is currently on the market for a cool $11,999,000. As per usual, we'll leave more info about the property down in the description, so give it a burrow. And before we start our tour, I want to give a massive shout out to all the listing agents for letting us have a sticky beat at their amazing listing and share it with you live. And now, let's get this tour underway. Right, upbeat music. Before we get stuck into the tour, I want to thank this week's video sponsor, BetterHelp. If there's something playing up with your happiness or stopping you from reaching your goals, BetterHelp can lend a hand with that. In my own life, being a businessman and a former professional athlete, I've copped a fair bit of mental challenges, which I managed to get over through professional counseling. I was lucky enough to be able to get professional counseling, but it wasn't always something that was available for everyone. Now with BetterHelp, professional counseling is accessible, affordable, and convenient as BetterHelp will suss out your needs and match you up with your very own licensed professional therapist. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online. You can log into your account and send a message to your counselor directly. Not to mention the service is available to clients all over the globe. You'll get prompt and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you won't ever have to sit in a dodgy, uncomfortable waiting room like with traditional therapy. There's a wide range of expertise in BetterHelp's 15,000 plus counseling network, which might not be available locally in many areas. BetterHelp's dead set committed to making great therapeutic matches. And it's easy as in free to change your counselors if you need to. The best part is it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is up for grabs. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. So sign up now and you can start yakking with a counselor within 48 hours. Visit BetterHelp.com/NS. That's better HELP to to join over 1 million people who are taking charge of their mental health with the help of experienced professionals. They're also giving a special discount to our audience. If you go to BetterHelp.com/NS, you can get 10% off your first month. Cheers, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. And now, let's get back to our tour. The house is nestled in a private gated community here in the mountains of Evergreen, Colorado. And from the street level, we've got this covered entry that leads us to the motor court. But before we head there, this door on my right-hand side opens up to the 2-car garage on this wing. And this floor on my left-hand side opens up to a Ripper wine cellar. Now, as we keep going, we head straight into this grouse motor court, and we've got the house right in front of us. Before we cover this section, I want to turn to this side, where we can see the hillside and how they've carved out this mountain to place this motor court. It's incredible, sort of cool backdrop to look at. And as we face toward the home, we've got 2-car garages on the left, 2-car garages on the right, all opening up to this Bonza circular motor court. Now, let's have a yarn about the house itself. It's a beautiful, timeless design that looks like a chateau or a modern-day castle. And as I mentioned earlier, it was built in 2015. So, even though it's got this timeless classical look, it's actually very modern and up-to-date on the inside. It gawks out towards the amazing views. I'm really leaking this limestone exterior clad, which was brought from Austin, Texas. I know this hits home for Mikey and myself. We used to live in Texas. Mikey, that's right. And there are just tons of details with these dormers. And I love those carved statues right underneath those dormers. They look really unique. I mean, have a G's at all the intricate details with the columns, ionic details. This is just stunning. We got the steep roof line, again giving that more of a castle or a chateau look. I could go on forever about the exterior. I mean, check out the proportions, where everything is so symmetrical with these windows, dormers, kickouts, and columns. This is just incredible. I feel like I'm walking into a fairy tale here. It's so unique and different. Mikey. Yeah, and I gotta say, this home is just extremely solid. You can tell this is just really, really well built. Yeah, with this real limestone clad on the exterior, the whole thing's a steel structure with concrete floors. This is definitely a solid home. Mikey, let's go inside. Righto, let's check it out. Righto, everyone, here we are at the entry. We got beautiful marble floors here with the inlay design and 2 hallways that take you to each wing of this home. As we continue, this door opens up to a Ripper powder room for this level. And here we are at the grand entry with 2-story ceilings and this gorgeous chandelier above. Tons of architectural details, which we're going to have a chat about in a bit before we get onto the interior spaces. And this might be a bit unconventional. I want to take everyone outside because this property gets some of the best views we've ever seen on this channel. And I know I bang on about that quite often, but have a sticky beak at this. It's so quiet. Look at all these treetops, these mountain views. We got Mount Evans in the back, which still has some snow on it. It looks incredible. I really appreciate the color variations and differences in height on this backdrop. That looks unreal. It's a great view. Mikey, yeah, it's really nice. And even though it looks like we're really secluded out in the middle of nowhere, like at a national park or something, we're only about 40 minutes from Denver, from the heart of Denver. Mikey from the heart of Denver. So this morning it took us about 45 minutes to get here. It's amazing, and you can kind of have a seclusion and this kind of privacy and be that close to the city, which is unreal. Now, we're out here. This is a wraparound balcony that picks up the office on the other side, which we'll have a look at in a bit. And I really appreciate this limestone exterior clad that they've got. It's been brought from Austin, Texas. Looks grouse. We can kind of have a closer look here. Now, let's step back inside and keep going with our tour. We're back again at the grand entry, and going through this way, we've got the formal living room and formal dining room. Let's start with a formal dining room, a Bonza table that seats 10 people, 2-story ceilings here. You can actually kind of see the staircase or the walkway on the second floor from here. I really appreciate these Corinthian columns that kind of give tons of character to the interior of the home, matching the exterior a little bit. As we go this way, We got the former living room area or the seating area, a grouse L-shaped couch set up. These massive windows from floor to ceiling looking towards those unreal views that we point out right at the balcony. This is amazing, and I really appreciate that they put these small awning windows on the bottom. We're going to get some fresh air while keeping the picture windows on top. We got this amazing ceiling treatment here that kind of complements the space. I'm really liking the lighting they did all around it. Let's see, on this side, we got a French door opening up to the same balcony that we showed you a lot earlier. And this massive gas fireplace, as big as myself, complementing this room with the TV above. Again, same limestone details were also brought into the interiors with this gorgeous stone cladding that we got around the gas fireplace. Mikey, yeah, it's really nice. And I love this room and these huge windows. It's June right now, but I could really imagine sitting here in the middle of the winter and having a fire going, and it's snowing outside. It'd be one of the most relaxing places ever. No worries about it. I can see that as well. A couple more things I want to mention here before we kind of leave this section and talk about the kitchen. Number one, we got another French door opening up to an outdoor balcony on this level, which is right here. Again, getting the amazing views. And the ceiling heights here are pretty impressive. I love these barrel designs that they've got throughout. These are certainly not easy details to pull off. We're going to see them pretty much throughout the property. Now, Mikey, let's come to this section right here and start yakking about the kitchen. The kitchen kind of has two sections. We kind of have a bar area, a prep area between the formal living room and the main kitchen. We got a Bonza steel farmhouse sink here, looking toward the amazing views. Thanks to this picture frame right here, seeing the balcony and the views. Two-tone cabinetry, trash compactor, dishwasher, and we got the island on this side with the bar seat in. Darker tones. Let's see, paneled in small fridge, microwave setup. And Mikey, can we point up the ceiling for a sec? Have a sticky beak at this barreled ceiling design here with brick finish. LED lighting and Corinthian columns. The amount of detail that's on the ceiling is unreal. Mikey, yeah, this was the first thing I noticed when I walked in here. And it's something we've never seen anywhere before, but it kind of makes the whole thing feel a little bit more rustic, like a wine cellar almost. No doubt about it. This home wasn't a spec home. This was a home for the owners, the current owners. So it's fully custom designed. They thought about every little detail. In fact, I almost forgot. I would have really hated myself if I'd forgotten this detail. Mikey, can you come on this side? We got this etched glass panel in on this side, and the other side of this island kind of has a logo and branding and a style of this home. Mikey, yeah, it's really cool. I guess it's like a custom crest for this home, right? Yeah. And we're going to see this kind of glass detailing throughout the property. Now, as we keep going this way, I said the kitchen kind of has two sections because this is where we kind of got the main kitchen side of it, complemented with a small breakfast nook. I say small, but you've got all these windows looking toward the amazing views, a gorgeous chandelier above. The ceiling height here with this kind of vaulted ceiling design must be around 25 feet. We definitely have some volume here. And another exterior door that opens up the balcony. Now, let's cover the kitchen. We got a beautiful La Cornue gas stove here. I've never seen this finish on a La Cornue stove before. It kind of looks stealth and kind of timeless. Mikey, all stainless, right? It is stainless, but it has more of a flat patina, if that makes sense. Looks gorgeous. Also, we've never seen this before on our channel. A cabinet or countertop mounted pot filler. Mikey, it only gets better. I thought with pot fillers, we'd seen all the pot fillers. We're 11 in it. Mikey, exactly. We got a pop-up vent right in front of it, another bar C10. On this side, we got the main sink for the kitchen, and I love how they've kind of kept it open and float these cabinets above, so you kind of have the street feeling. You can kind of see everyone around the house. It's definitely a family home. That's a trash compactor and a second dishwasher. Right behind me, I know you're gonna like this. First off, check out all this limestone detailing on this pizza oven. Who's got that? Mikey, why would you assume I would like that? Well, like pizzas? Mikey, what are you trying to say? Okay, yeah, I like pizzas, which is awesome. Check out all the detail in here. As we keep going, let's see, We got a steam oven, a regular conventional oven, and I believe a freezer and fridge nicely. Mikey, you kind of brushed over that. What's a steam oven? I would assume it cooks with steam. I just want to make sure I'm correct on my facts. But, Mikey, I know there's going to be someone in the comments section who's like, what's a steam oven for? If someone knows in real detail what a steam oven does and why it's different from conventional ovens, let us know. Mikey, we're all ears. Absolutely. Pantry space. And the pantry continues on the other side. Mikey, let's go back now. I want to briefly establish where we are. We got the family room, the dining area, and this hallway takes us here. More built-ins. All these French doors open up to the motor court. And this door right here opens up to the two-car garage that leads us to the motor court. Right here, we've got a nice laundry room connected from the pantry, which leads you to another room where we've got a doggy wash. Lead in to an outdoor space. Mikey, really cool. And I've never seen an entire room dedicated to washing dogs, but they've got those tiles, custom tiles of dogs in there and everything. Absolutely, righto. So we're back at the kitchen. Now I want to take this hallway and show you a lot the primary bedroom. But before we do that, let's take a quick moment and really appreciate the staircase design, which they've got on both wings of the home. This is all built out of limestone, from the stairs to the railing, everything. Right underneath the top of the railings. We've got these beautiful wrought iron designs that wrap around the entire property. This home has 4 levels. So when you look from the top, you can really see the size and the volume of the property, which is kind of astonishing. Mikey, yeah, it was a scary bureau to get. Absolutely, I can imagine. Overall, the staircase is great. One of them goes to 3 levels, and the other one goes to 4 levels. And I'll explain why later in the video. Now let's take this hallway. Again, French doors opening up to the motor court. We're back at the entry. And as we continue, more of these French doors are again opening up to the motor court. And this right here leads us to the office. Beautiful hardwood floors. Another gas fireplace to cozy up the space. French doors opening up to the first balcony that we saw earlier. What's so impressive about this room is the 2-story ceilings here. And we can actually see the railing throughout. Because right above us, we actually have kind of gallery space where you can walk around this entire room. Again, we'll see that later. Desk set up on this side. More built-ins get a lot of natural light. And we're going to see a lot of beautiful chandeliers and wall sconces throughout. We've got some right here. And this wall kind of kicks out a little bit, which is kind of interesting. And I'm going to explain that right now because it's super cool. It's a unique detail. This is where we got the secondary staircase with the same design element. It looks grouse. I love the curvature. You can actually see all those kind of glazed windows from the exterior as well. And Mikey, let's point out this section. That closed off section is your elevator shaft. The current owners didn't place an elevator, but in the future, if you'd like to have one, they've got the full concrete frame going all the way to the top floor, so you can easily do that. Mikey, and this home is 4 stories, so it might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea. Absolutely. Righto. Before we go to the primary bedroom, we've got this hallway taking us to the 2-car garage on this wing of the house. And this covered entry, arched entry, takes us to the primary bedroom. We've got a bit of a drop ceiling detail right at the entry. And as we go in, this is where we've got the bedroom. It's super spacious with plush carpet floors, incredible views, chandeliers everywhere. This is gorgeous. This is, as someone who's from Turkey who's had a chance to travel all across the world, these are some of the best views I've ever seen in my life. It's so peaceful, untouched, and private. Mikey, I don't think you've got to spend as much time here. I went to college here, so I kind of got used to Colorado, but I've always thought it's one of the most beautiful states we have here in the U.S. And hopefully we'll get to tour some more homes here. Hopefully. Righto, the primary bedroom kind of continues on this side. We've got a bit of a seat-in area. Again, beautiful chandeliers and wall sconces. By the way, I forgot to mention this in the family room or the formal living room area. This home has this kind of curved detailing that we're going to see throughout. And even on the carpet flooring or some fireplaces, it carries out that carving corner design. I don't know if I did a good job explaining it, but I'll show you a lot around the rest of our tour. Mikey, yeah, when we got here, the owners gave us a tour of the home, and their attention to detail was kind of staggering. I felt bad for Enes because he's the one who has to say all these details, and they gave him a lot. But Mikey, Tim, it took him 11 years to complete this project. So you can only imagine how many decisions they had to make to complete this home. When you start looking around, you see all these little intricate details that honestly made us appreciate this home so much more. Mikey, yeah, I've never done anything for 11 years of my life. Yeah, fair enough, me too. Seat-in area. Those French doors open up to the main balcony. And we got 2 small private balconies here for the primary bedroom. Mikey, can we pan up to the ceiling for a sec? We got the drop-down screen here for you to watch your movies. Right kind of next to your gas fireplace. Again, beautiful mantle work details. Let's continue. We got the king-size bed here, complemented with 5 picture frame windows looking towards the views with casement windows on top to get that fresh air to come into this bedroom. Going through this opening, this is where we got the closet and the bathroom. You've got a small prep sink here, kind of like your coffee bar, whatever you want to use it for. Going through this opening, which has a pocket door right here, we go into the walk-in closet, obviously super spacious. We got tons of built-ins, hangers, shoe racks, 2 chandeliers above. On this side, we got a nice prep, kind of makeup area with marble countertops, wall sconces. What's so impressive, unique, and different about this walk-in closet is this. We got this pocket door opening up to a full walk-in vault. The lights. I know I didn't mention this to you. I wanted your reaction. Mikey, I didn't get B-roll of this. Now you need to. I mean, we've got 2 chandeliers here. This room's pretty spacious. I mean, why not have a walk-in vault in your walk-in closet? Mikey makes me want to get some valuables to put in there, you know? I know, which we don't have many. Both laugh. Mikey, exactly. Righto. Let's go back to the kind of the entry of the bathroom. Another pocket door here, ceiling off the primary bathroom. There's marble everywhere. When I say everywhere, it's on the floors as well as the walls. When I had a chance to talk to the owners, they mentioned that they wanted everything clad with marble so that the reflection of the light pretty much lights up the room. In fact, they turned off all the lights in this room, and it was still this bright. Mikey, it's really nice. It's something about these windows. Like, I can't explain it, but it feels very classical. It feels like, well, it's the grid details. They're not picture windows. They got the grids that give that timeless look, wall sconces. We got a massive mirror on the back wall with a TV right in the center, which is again very unique. 2 vanities, and you're gonna like this, Mikey. Every single bedroom in this house has a washer and dryer. Mikey, every bedroom? Every bedroom. Mikey, really? Yeah. Mikey, how many bedrooms is this house? 6 bedrooms. Mikey, that's really cool. That is really cool, right? Might be the nicest powder room we've ever seen. Clad with marble, spacious, where you've got a nice window to look outside because it's private. Why not? Going this way, we got the walk-in shower. Check out the detailing on the glass. Isn't that amazing? Mikey, never seen an etched glass shower before either. Although open, the same grid detail windows. You got 2 of everything, super nice. Mikey, let's get out for a sec, because right around the corner, we've got kind of the sunken tub set up here. It's all jetted, clad with a darker tone marble to create a nice contrast. You actually have steps here that take you down, so you can get in a little bit easier. The last detail is there are so many. Check out the ceiling detail here, with the barrels and the curves. I can only imagine the struggles that the drywall crew went through in order to get all these ceilings right here, which is unreal. You're looking out towards the same amazing views. Mikey, yeah, just awesome views all around you. No doubt about it. That's pretty much it for the main floor. Now, let's go back to the staircase and check out the 3rd floor. Upbeat music. Righto, everyone. Here we are at the 3rd floor. We got a few bedrooms here and cool rooms that take advantage of the amazing views, even more since we uplifting music floods and crikey, how you going, everybody? It's NS here. Chuck us a G-Day as we kick off another Bonds episode. This week, we've landed ourselves in the magnificent mountains of Evergreen, Colorado. And fair dinkum behind me, standing proud, is a genuine modern-day chateau that's got my jaw on the floor. This stunner was knocked together back in 2015, drawing inspiration from the Biltmore estate over in Asheville, North Carolina. Let me tell you, that place is absolutely one of the most iconic properties you'll find anywhere on this planet. Now, this chateau, she's absolutely chockers with incredible architectural details. And the way it gazes out over the knockout mountain views here in Evergreen, Colorado, well, it's something special. Right, let's get down to the bare bones of this absolute beauty. We're talking 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a whopping 21,692 square feet of internal space, all perched on a stonking 35, 1 acre block. And get this, the whole shebang is currently on the market for a cool $11,999,000. As per the usual drill, we'll be chucking more details about this gorgeous property down in the description, so be sure to get a good once over. Now, before we properly get started on our tour, I reckon it's only fair to give a massive shout out to all the legends at the listing agents for letting us have a sticky beak at their amazing slice of paradise and share it with you lot. Now, with all that said and done, let's get this tour underway, shall we? Right, upbeat music plays. Before we get our teeth into the tour, I want to give a huge thanks to this week's video sponsor, BetterHelp. If you're finding there's something or other messing with your happiness, or getting in the way of you achieving your goals, then the crew at BetterHelp are ready and willing to lend a hand. Speak from experience. Being both a businessman and a former professional athlete, I've certainly copped my fair share of mental challenges over the years. Lucky for me, I was able to work my way through them with professional counseling. I was dead set grateful to have access to that sort of help. But I also know that it wasn't always something that was available to everyone who needed it. Now, with BetterHelp, professional counseling is now easily accessible, surprisingly affordable, and convenient as heck. BetterHelp will get the lowdown on your needs and then match you up with your very own fully licensed professional therapist. Now, this isn't a crisis line, and it's definitely not self-help. It's proper, legit counseling, all conducted securely online. You can log straight into your account and send a direct message to your personal counselor whenever you like. Not to mention, this whole service is available to clients right across the globe. You'll cop prompt and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or even phone sessions. So you won't ever have to find yourself sitting in some dodgy, uncomfortable waiting room like you do with traditional face-to-face therapy. There's an absolutely massive range of expertise available within BetterHelp's network of over 15,000 counselors. This can mean that you can find specialties that might not even be available locally in your area. The team at BetterHelp are completely and utterly committed to making sure you get a great therapeutic match. And bonus, it's easy as pie and completely free to change your counselor if you reckon you need to. The best part of all of this, though, is that it's genuinely more affordable than traditional offline counseling. Plus, financial aid is often up for grabs if you need it. The top blokes at BetterHelp are absolutely committed to helping you start living a happier and more fulfilling life today. So sign up right now, and you could be having a good old chinwag with a qualified counselor within 48 hours. Just visit BetterHelp.com/NS. That's better H-E-L-P. To join over 1 million other legends who are taking control of their mental health with the help of these experienced professionals. And as a special thank you for watching, BetterHelp are give our audience a special discount. Just head to BetterHelp.com/NS and you can get a stonking 10% off your very first month. Mad props to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Now, back to what you all came here to see. Let's get back to our tour. The house itself is tucked away in a private and gated community nestled amongst the picturesque mountains of Evergreen, Colorado. Now, coming from street level, we've got this protected, covered entry area that's going to lead us all the way through to the main motor court. But before we head straight there, take a look at this door right here on my right-hand side. It opens directly into the 2-car garage which forms this particular wing of the home. And just to give you the full picture on my left-hand side, the floor just here opens up to reveal a genuinely ripper wine cellar. Now, as we continue on our merry way, we're headed straight into this absolutely grouse motor court with a stunning house standing proud right in front of us. But before we take a proper look at this section, I want to swing you all around to this side so we can take a proper gander at the hillside and how the clever blokes managed to carve out a portion of this mountain just to make space for this motor court. It's genuinely incredible and makes for a pretty cool and unique backdrop. Now, turning back around to face toward the house itself, you'll notice we got a set of two-car garages on our left-hand side and another set of two-car garages on our right, all opening up beautifully to this bonza, circular motor court. Right, let's finally have a yarn about the house itself. It boasts a beautiful, timeless design that wouldn't look out of place as either a chateau or a modern-day castle. And as I mentioned a little earlier on, the house was originally constructed back in 2015. So even though it's absolutely oozing with this timeless classical aesthetic, it's actually very modern and completely up-to-date inside. Plus, I can't stress enough how it gazes out towards some genuinely amazing views. Personally, I'm particularly loving this limestone exterior clad-in. Apparently, it was brought all the way over from Austin, Texas. I know that little detail really hits home for both Mikey and myself, seeing as we used to live down in Texas. Mikey, that's right. And the sheer volume of details on display with these dormers is just something else. I'm also particularly drawn to those carved statues just underneath the dormers. They make it look so very unique. I mean, honestly, have a good look at all those intricate details on the columns. Those ionic details. The whole thing is just completely and utterly stunning. And then we have that steep roofline, which really adds to that whole castle or chateau vibe. I reckon I could go on forever rabbiting about the exterior of this place. I mean, honestly, just take a good look at the proportions. The way everything is so symmetrical with those windows, the dormers, kickouts, and columns. It's just mind-blowing. I honestly feel like I'm about to walk directly into a fairy tale. It's just so incredibly unique and so utterly different than anything else I've ever clapped eyes on before. Mikey, yeah, and I gotta say, this home just feels so incredibly solid. You can really tell that it's been constructed to last. It's just been really, really well built. Yeah, with that real limestone cladding on the exterior and the whole structure being made of steel and the floors are concrete. This truly is a dead-set solid home, through and through. Mikey, let's go inside. You read my mind. Righto, let's check it out. Alright, everyone, here we are right at the entry. As you can see, we got these absolutely beautiful marble floors laid out here, all with bespoke inlaid design. Plus, there are two hallways that branch off and take you to either wing of this incredible home. As we continue on, this door opens up to reveal a genuinely ripper powder room for this particular level. And then, here we are, right at the grand entry, which boasts some genuinely impressive two-story high ceilings, topped off with this absolutely gorgeous chandelier hanging overhead. As you can see, there's tons of impressive architectural details, which we're going to have a bit of a chin wag about in just a tick, before we move on to all those incredible interior spaces. And I know that what I'm about to suggest might be a bit unconventional. I really want to take everyone outside for a sec. The reason for this being that this property really benefits from some of the best views we've had the pleasure of seeing anywhere on this channel. And I know that I probably bang on about that quite a lot, but you need to have a proper sticky beak at this. It's so incredibly quiet out here. Just look at all those gorgeous treetops and those absolutely spectacular mountain views. We've even got a great view of Mount Evans right in the back, which still has a good bit of snow hanging about on it. It just looks genuinely incredible. I really appreciate all the subtle color variations and all the differences in height of the trees that make up the backdrop. It looks just totally unreal. It's truly a great view. Mikey, yeah, it's really nice. And even though it looks and feels like we're genuinely secluded, right out in the middle of nowhere, like we're actually in a national park or something, we're actually only about 40 minutes away from the heart of Denver. So that's just 40 minutes from the heart of Denver. Mikey, yep, 40 minutes from the heart of Denver. So, get this morning it only took us about 40, maybe 45 minutes to actually get here. It's absolutely amazing when you think about it. You get the best of both worlds. You can kind of have that feeling of seclusion and utter privacy while still being relatively close to the city. That's pretty unreal when you come to think about it. Now that we're out here, it's worth pointing out that this is a wraparound balcony. So, in effect, It picks up the office space on the other side, which we'll be taking a good hard look at in just a bit. And I also reckon it's worth taking a moment to really appreciate that limestone exterior cladding that they've got going on. Again, it was brought all the way up here from Austin, Texas. In fair dinkum, it looks absolutely grouse. We can have a bit of a closer look at it from out here. Now, with all that said and done, let's step back inside and keep on rolling with our tour. So, here we are again, standing right at the grand entry. If we head through this way, we'll find ourselves in the formal living room and the formal dining room. So, let's start off with the formal dining room first, shall we? It's got a bonza table that has enough space to seat 10 people comfortably and boasts those absolutely incredible 2-story high ceilings. From up here, you can actually get a pretty decent view of the staircase or walkway up on the second floor. Also, I really appreciate those Corinthian columns. They really inject a lot of character into the interior of the home, whilst also matching nicely with the exterior. As we head through this way, we got the formal living room or the seat-in area. As you can see, it's made up of a genuinely grouse L, right? So these are 3 bloody huge bedrooms, right? And any of them could totally pass as the main bedroom. And each one's got a different view, too. So, yeah, we've still got heaps more to suss out. Mikey, loads more bedrooms to go. Spot on, mate. Now, I reckon we should head down this hallway first. And I want to take everyone this way. Have a gander at these butte hardwood floors. And the windows looking out over the motor court. By the way, Mikey, they've gone and clad the window sills with marble. Who does that? Dunno, but I thought I'd point out. We got this open room here with carpet, by the way. And I don't want anyone getting the shits with me. Every single floor we go on, we clean these shoes, make sure they're spotless. Because we don't want to leave any marks on these bonza, clean carpet floors. Mikey, some people might not know this. This is a bit of NS trivia, but he's got multiple pairs of the same shoes, just so he doesn't get people's carpets dirty. There you go. Cheers for spilling me secret, Mikey. Mikey, so all those other blokes out there sort of wondering or trying to suss it out, there you go. Righto. We've also got these external doors opening onto a balcony fastened to the motor court. This room could kind of work as your gym space or another bedroom, and another set of doors opening onto a balcony looking out at the views that way. But come on, Mikey, let's head this way. Tons of external doors on this house. More doors here opening onto the same balcony. And this is a fair dinkum unique section. They've kind of clad this raised floor in here with marble. Really nice bench design here with these fancy finishes. And this room could be, I don't know, could be your art gallery. This is where you paint. This is where you bugger off to when you want to be by yourself. Mikey, it's like a sunroom almost, but at the same time this whole wing of the house isn't quite finished. So it's sort of like it could be used for something else, cause let's explain that we got the staircase opening onto a grouse sort of attic space that's kind of unfinished. But you got good ceiling heights there. And that could be your movie theater, office, gym, you name it. The sky's the limit. Now we're back in this room. By the way, we got some built-ins here with a small fridge. Had to mention that. And this room joins onto this ripper full bathroom with a vanity, walk-in shower. Toilets over here, and this door opens onto, I guess, a secondary bedroom on this wing. Beds on this side. 2 chandeliers. Grouse recessed windows looking out at the amazing views. You're not ready for this either, Mikey. I kept this a secret. You might have thought this was some sort of attic space. Well, I did actually find this spot earlier. Did you? Mikey? Yeah. Okay. Well, we got this outdoor rooftop deck on this level that makes the most of these unreal views. What a 5 meters makes in terms of height. Like, I reckon the views are just so much better, so much more elevated, so quiet. I still can't get over it. It's amazing. Mikey, it really is incredible. I love the woods. I love pine trees. But even more than the view, maybe this is a good chance for you to chinwag about some of the architectural details up close. I like that, Mikey, I like that direction. So now we can actually see some of the cupola details, steep roof lines. Have a squiz at this. This is pretty fascinating. We got copper flashing all around. And this roof looks like a slate roof, which is a stone finish. But it's actually a man-made plastic material that's super durable. This roof's got a lifetime warranty. Mikey, well, slate's dead heavy. And over the course of a lifetime of a roof, it seems like that would cause a lot of dramas. But this is a lot lighter, right? This is super light. And again, it's super durable. And because it's man-made, it can handle heat changes or temperature changes with the snow during winter, sun during summer. So this is way more durable. And you can see all the copper detail with the copings, flashings. It might look like a simple roof, but these roofs aren't easy to whack together. And they've done a ridgy-did job here. And lastly, I know you like these Mikey sun guard to hold the snow during winter. Mikey, righto, I do like those. Righto, let's step back inside. Now we're back at the 4th floor landing. And as we follow the hallway, we've got this room here, which is pretty unique. We're right on top of the office on the ground floor. This is the 2nd story. This is how they get all the ceiling height. They designed this room as your art gallery where you've got all this wall space to show off your art. But I reckon this could totally be the 2nd floor of the office where you can use it as a library, which would be pretty cool. I know what you're thinking. Mikey, we gotta show some secret rooms, yeah? Normally, they were gonna put a painting here to kind of cover this up, because this is a small, cool little spot for the kids to kind of hide away and muck around. Mikey, yeah, I told Ines earlier, I'd love to have this as a secret room for kind of reading, or just getting some alone time. But Ines is like, you got a house this big. Well, you got all the outdoor space. It's so peaceful up here. Why would you wanna? Mikey, I guess I could go into the woods instead of a small room. But fair dinkum, I can see kids enjoying that room as well. A couple more things. We've got 3 French doors here, actually opening onto one interior and 2 exterior balconies. Now, let me take everyone back to the main hallway on the 4th floor. This is pretty interesting. On our right-hand side, we got these raised stairs that take you to an outdoor balcony fastened. The motor court, where you can kind of see the hillside, grouse chandelier up above. And this is that hallway or the bridge that I mentioned at the family room, where you can look down on your grand entry, family room, kitchen. I reckon the owners went this way so that wherever you are in the house, you can still kind of connect, chat to anyone, and see everyone kind of moving through the space. Mikey, yeah. And also it just makes the space feel huge on the ground floor. All these open ceilings and just wide open spaces. No doubt about it. I agree. One more thing I want to mention here. Even on the inside, they brought the limestone railing with these wrought iron details and fancy finishes. I mean, this is the 4th floor bridge, and they've got all these unreal finishes even here. This is amazing. Mikey, and you might have seen these in other places, and they've been fake, but NS gives those a bit of a knock. Well, might hurt me hand. These are real limestone, they're not foam. Mikey, yeah, dead set. Amazing. Unreal, I mean the attention to detail. Also, Mikey, look how cool that ceiling treatment looks on the family room or the formal living room. We can get a closer look here. Now, I know we sussed out that outdoor space, but we gotta check this one out too, cause it's grouse. So, off of that big hallway, it takes you out to this nice little small balcony, where you see kind of different corridors here. Super peaceful, super chill. Mikey, more outdoor space. I know, now let's go back in. They've kind of left this section here. This is where we've got the breakfast nook and the kitchen. So you can kind of look down, chat to everyone that's in the kitchen. Staircase access, or the staircase on this wing where you can kind of get to the landing here. And this is pretty unique. We've got this door opening onto full guest quarters. I say full guest quarters, cause this room's got a bedroom which starts here with a king-size bed. Casement windows bring in natural light. Chandelier up above and just around the corner, we've got a butte bathroom. Again, clad with marble with a built-in tub, double vanities, walk-in closet, washer, dryer. I mean, dead set everything you need. Mikey, this whole wing is kind of self-contained flat. This is really all anyone needs. Spot on, more built-ins. External doors opening onto a balcony again, fast in the motor court, small dine area. I love these well-thought-out small kitchenettes. I mean, calling this a kitchenette is almost a bit disrespectful because they've got a Miele oven. Just got a bit of a shock there. Gas cooktop, small Miele dishwasher. This is a 60 centimeters rather than 75 centimeters. Sink, another Miele oven, and a small fridge that hasn't been used. Mikey, there we go. This house was built in 2015, but the owners only lived 3 months in this home. So it's practically brand new. That's why everything's super clean, and kind of like it's never been used. Mikey, yeah, it's real nice. Seat-in area or the living room for the guest quarters, and all these casement windows looking to the side of the property, where we got this grouse rock. And when I had a yarn to the owners, they told me that they want to put outdoor lighting all around that rock. So at night it lights up, and it's kind of cool view to look at. Mikey, is the lighting out there now? Nah, I wish. I told them they got to go ahead with that idea. Mikey, because they know we're going to show some night shots, so there you go. Mikey, yeah, maybe next time. Mikey, next time. Righto, everyone. That's it for the 4th floor. Now, let's head back to the staircase and check out the ground floor. Upbeat music. Righto, everyone. Here we are at the ground floor landing. Same marble floors are here too. And we said it before. There's 3 bedrooms on this level that could easily pass as master bedrooms. And you're going to see why. I'm going to start with this first door on me left-hand side that goes into an unreal spacious walk-in closet. Again, with washer and dryer. And this one's set up as a bit of a kid's room. We got a small kid's bed here. Nice, cute chair. Had to mention that, you know. And heading this way, let's check out the bathroom. I'm torn. I don't know if this bathroom's better or the one upstairs. This is so roomy. Same style built-in jetted tub. Looking out at unreal views. Walls are clad with marble. Floors are all marble. We gotta show some details, Mikey. You gotta appreciate these recessed AC diffusers that are clad with marble. We love details like this, and we've got the walk-in shower actually right there, looking out at the views. Double vanity here, again, with a telly right in the middle. Mikey, I think I might just prefer the one upstairs just cause of the window size, but this is just as good. Well, this one's also a bit more secluded on the lower levels. You've got the bedroom here, king-size bed. Again, French doors opening onto a private balcony on this level. Telly on this side. You can get a bit of seat-in area here. This is grouse. Actually, I'm chuffed I didn't forget. Mikey, I need you to pan up to the ceiling. Have a squiz at that ceiling medallion. They've got it in a couple of other spots throughout the property. Gives it that nice, fancy, timeless touch. Mikey dead right. Righto, let's go back. Gotta show this. Can't help myself. I'm such a nerd. Check out the recessed AC diffusers here. Since they had the black marble that borders around the floors, they had to custom cut each one of those pieces and get that line spot on. Amazing. And this is a pretty interesting fact. This staircase actually goes down another level where we've got the basement or the lower level that opens onto the backyard or the grounds. It's currently unfinished, but it could be an amazing space for a movie theater, gym, a second, third entertaining space. Or you can even have your indoor pool on that level, which will be grouse. Mikey was going to ask, reckon the only thing missing from this house was like a pool or hot tub. So maybe it'd be perfect down there. Yeah, next owner can easily do that. Also, this wall here, that's the shaft for the elevator for future elevator. Mikey. So there's this like behind that wall, there's just a gapping elevator shaft. Nah, there's like a concrete kind of square empty space shaft that goes all the way to the top floor. Let's keep going. We got viewed chandeliers, wall sconces all around. This one opens onto the second. Again, unreal roomy bedroom. Gas fireplace, limestone finishes. This one's got 2 French doors opening onto an outdoor space on this level. Telly setup. We've got the bed here. And I want to take you blokes through the small door here, which is kind of an interesting route, but you'll see why. Washer and dryer. Told you, Mikey, they've got it in every single bedroom. Walk-in closet. Kind of everything you need. You got a mirror just around the corner. And go in another beaut bathroom here. Really love these etched details on this glass for the walk-in shower. And on this shower, they did a nice bit of contrast with the marble work, where we got the darker marble on the sill, bench, and this kind of niche right in the middle, complementing the lighter tone marbles. Also, they've got pencil detail throughout the ceiling, all around the marble walls. It's amazing. Jetted tub here, looking out at the views, double vanity here. Mikey, what did you say, pencil detail? Yeah, look at the marble. And you see that little, almost like a cornice detail on top. It's called pencil line. Mikey, pencil line, never heard that. Soon you're going to be an architect by the time we shoot another couple more of these properties. Mikey, yeah, I mean, you hadn't heard much about camera gear. I hadn't heard much about architecture when we started this channel, but we're all kind of learning from each other. Mikey, yeah, no doubt. Righto, let's go back to the hallway. Now we've got 2 more rooms to see. First one's here. By the way, flooring here looks bonzo with the marble work and inlays, and talking about those carved corners. You can kind of see that in the carpet work here, pool table, French doors opening onto the balcony, shared by the bedroom we just had a look at. And just around the corner, we've actually got a powder room for this entertaining section. Now, let me take you blokes to the last bedroom on this level. And I'm gonna say this. I reckon this is me favorite bedroom out of all the bedrooms. Staircase access, or the secondary staircase coming down to this level. And this door opens onto the last bedroom. Now, why is this me favorite? I reckon the way the bed's placed and these bloody massive picture windows looking out at the mountains looks unreal to me. And somehow being on the lower level kind of frames the mountains, where the views look a bit more intense. I don't know if that makes sense. Mikey, yeah, it's not just like a cliff. You've got some grass down there, and you've got some trees in the foreground. You know, you're helping me. Mikey, have a squiz at it like a videographer. NS. Wow. You're actually helping me kind of explain me thoughts and what's going on in me brain, Mikey. So cheers for that. Mikey, so that's all about that foreground. Spot on. It's all about that foreground. I like that. But again, unreal views, gas fireplace here. And let's show this quick, Mikey. This is also where I get a bit biased. This one kind of has a small office space, and I like working. With a little bench design on the other side where you got more seating, opens onto that same kind of lower level balcony. And this bedroom actually gets 2 balconies. We're gonna see that in a bit. Let's suss this out quick. We've got the roomy walk-in closet here. Again, with washer and dryer. And across from that, we've got the bathroom for this bedroom. Again, super roomy. This one's got more of the darker tones. Another jetted tub. And next to that, we've got this grouse walk-in shower with the most intricate and detailed glass work we've seen throughout the property. Get a close-up here. Mikey, we have to have a squiz at this. Mikey, yeah, it's actually kind of hard to see. Stand on the other side. Give you a foreground. Mikey, oh, yeah, there we go. That's weird, but now y'all can see it. Yeah, hear ya. Want to help you out. Again, all clad with marble, double vanity here, water closet. And check this out. This bathroom, or the bedroom also, has a nice little private balcony, like an covered outdoor deck that opens onto the grounds here. So you feel a bit more connected to the grounds, and I hope people can hear from me microphone. Look how quiet it is. Mikey, yeah. And speak of the grounds, we didn't really give this enough credit, but this is how many acres? 35? 35 acres. Mikey, 35 acres so. The sky's the limit. That basement level could easily be turned into an amazing entertaining space that opens onto the lower level where you can whack a pool, outdoor deck. I mean, Mikey, there's plenty of flat land down there actually. Reckon there was going to be a slope, but you got plenty of space down for heaps. Mikey, a pool, yeah. And actually I had a yarn to one of the crew members that worked on this project. He said they could easily bring the driveway down here and have like a car gallery down below, which would be grouse too. Mikey, this is Colorado. This is in LA. Okay, fair enough, but at least you can do it if you wanted to. Mikey for sure. Amazing views, and that's it for the tour. Of course we didn't drive all the way out to Colorado to see this home during the day. Of course, we're gonna hang around here, spend a few more hours, enjoy the views and check out this place at night. Bright upbeat music. Righto everyone, and that's it for tour. Hope you all liked this video. We had heaps of fun touring this amazing chateau here in Evergreen, Colorado. And it took the owners 11 years to design and build this property. And I'm not surprised because it's got so many fancy architectural details. The fact that this property is on a hillside comes with its own dramas for the build. And I'm just really impressed with how this property turned out. Also at night, the property's beautifully lit up. And I really like the way this exterior looks. Gotta thank the owners and all the leased-in agents again for letting us tour their amazing leased-in and share with everyone. And as always, we'll leave more info about the property and the property link down in the description of this video. And I hope you all liked this tour. If you did, chuck us a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week. Upbeat music. Alright, these 3 bedrooms are absolutely massive, fair dinkum master suite material. And get this, each one's rocking a different view. Crikey, we've still got stacks to explore. Mikey, heaps more bedrooms still to go. You betcha, right? I'm thinking we should mosey down this hallway first. And I want to steer everyone this way. Cop a load of these butte hardwood floors. Not to mention the windows looking out over the motor court. And get this, Mikey, they've gone and decked out the windowsills with marble. Who in their right mind does that? Not sure, but I thought it worth a mention. We got this open room here with carpet, by the by, and I don't want anyone throwing a wobbly at me. Every floor we hook around, we're scrubbing our shoes, making sure they're spotless, because we don't want to leave any marks on these Bonza, pristine carpet floors. Gotta keep them schmick, you know? Mikey, some folks might not be onto this. Here's a bit of NS trivia for you. He's packing multiple pairs of the same DAX, just so he doesn't go mucking up people's carpets. There you have it. Cheers for giving away my trade secret there, Mikey. Mikey, so all the other blokes out there, sort of wondering or trying to get to the bottom of it, there you go. Righto. We've also got these external doors opening onto a balcony fastened to the motor court. This space could pass as your gym or another bedroom. And there's another set of doors swinging open onto a balcony showing off those views. But come on, Mikey, let's crack on this way. Tons of external doors on this gaff. More doors here opening onto the same balcony. And this here is a fair dinkum unique section. They sort of clad this raised floor in here with marble. Really flash bench design here with these fancy trimmings. And this room, I don't know, could be your art gallery perhaps. This is where you get your paint on. This is where you piss off to when you just want to be by your lonesome. Mikey, it's almost like a sunroom, but at the same time this whole wing of the place isn't quite finished. So it's like it could be used for something different, cause let's spell it out. We got the staircase leading up to a grouse sort of attic space that's a bit raw, but you got decent ceiling heights up there. And that could be your home cinema, office, gym, you name it. The world's your oyster. Now, back in this room, we got some built-ins here with a small fridge. Had to give that a mention. And this room joins onto this ripper full bathroom, complete with vanity and a walk-in shower. The dunny's over here, and this door swings open onto, I suppose, a secondary bedroom in this wing. Beds on this side, 2 chandeliers, grouse recessed windows gazing out at the amazing views. You ain't ready for this either. Mikey, I kept this on the quiet. You might have thought this was just some sort of attic space. Well, I did stumble across this joint earlier. Did you now? Mikey, yeah, fair enough then. We got this outdoor rooftop deck on this level that's making the most of these top-notch views. Amazing what a few meters of height does. I reckon the views are just that much better, so much more elevated, so bloody quiet. I'm still speechless. It's just unreal. Mikey, it's seriously incredible. I'm loving the woods. I'm a sucker for pine trees. But even more than the vista, maybe this is a good time for a yarn about some of the architectural details up close. I like your thinking. Mikey, I'm digging that direction. So, we can now cop a look at some of the cupola details. Those steep roof lines. Have a squiz at this. It's pretty damn fascinating. We got copper flashing all over the joint. And this roof's got the look of a slate roof, which is a stone finish. But it's actually a man-made plastic material. It's top-notch durable, this stuff. And this roof's got a lifetime warranty. Mikey, well, slate's dead heavy. And over the course of a roof's lifespan, seems like it'd kick up a fair bit of drama. But this is a lot lighter, right? This is super light. And yeah, it's super durable. And because it's man-made, it can sort of handle heat changes or temperature changes with the snow in winter, the sun in summer. So it's much tougher. And have a look at all the copper detail with the copings and flashings. Might seem like a simple roof, but these roofs aren't easy to slap together. And they've done a ridgy-did job here. And lastly, I know you're into these Mikey sun guards that hold the snow back in winter. Mikey, righto, I do like those. Righto, let's step back inside. Now we're back at the 4th floor landing. And as we head down the hallway, we've got this room here, which is pretty out of the box. We're bang on top of the office on the ground floor. This is the 2nd story. This is the way they snagged all the ceiling height. They had this room down as your art gallery. So you got all this wall space to show off your art gear. But I reckon this could totally be the 2nd floor of the office, where you could bung in a library, which would be ace. I know what's tick away in that brain of yours. Mikey, we gotta roll out some secret rooms, yeah? They were gonna whack a paint in here to sort of hide this, cause it's a ripper little hideout for the kids to get away from it all and muck around. Mikey, yeah, I was telling Ines earlier, I'd be rapt to have this as a secret room for chill out with a book or just getting some alone time. But Ines is all like, you got a house this bloody big. Well, you got all the outdoor space. It's so peaceful up here. Why would you wanna? Mikey, I guess I could just take myself off into the woods instead of a pokey room. Yeah, but fair dinkum, I reckon kids would get a kick out of that room. A couple more things worth pointing out. We got 3 French doors here, actually opening onto one interior and 2 exterior balconies. Now let me take everyone back to the main hallway on the 4th floor. Now this is a bit of all right. On our right-hand side, we got these raised stairs that take you to an outdoor balcony overlooking the motor court where you can clock the hillside, plus a grouse chandelier up above. And this is that hallway or the bridge that I was spooking about in the family room, where you can look down on your grand entry, the family room, and the kitchen. I reckon the folks who built this joint went this way, so no matter where you are on a gaff, you can still connect, yak to anyone, and just watch the world go by. Mikey, yeah, it also makes the space seem huge on the ground floor. All these open ceilings and just wide open spaces. No Darganet. I agree. One more thing I'm keen to point out. Even on the inside, they brought in a limestone railing with these wrought iron details and flash finishes. I mean, this is just the 4th floor bridge, and they've got all these unreal finishes even here. That's ace. Mikey, you might have seen these in other joints and they've been faked, but NS gives those a bit of a knock. Yeah, might hurt me hand. These are real limestone, they're not foam. Mate, Mikey, yeah, that's it. Bloody unreal, just the attention to detail. And have a look at how grouse that ceiling detail is in the family room or the formal living room. We can get a squiz up close here. I know we gave the once over to the outdoor space a bit ago, but we gotta check this one out as well, cause it's grouse. So, swinging off that big hallway, it takes you out to this nice little balcony, where you can see sort of different corridors here. It's so peaceful and chill. Mikey, more outdoor space. I know, now let's head back inside. They've sort of left this section as it is. This is where we've got the breakfast nook and the kitchen. So, you can sort of peer down, have a chin wag with whoever's in the kitchen, staircase access, or the staircase on this wing where you can hit the landing here. And this is something else. We've got this door swinging open onto full guest quarters. And when I say full guest quarters, it's because this space has got a bedroom kicking off with a king-size bed, casement windows flooding into place with natural light, a chandelier up above, and just around the corner, we've got a beautiful bathroom. Again, suede and marble with a built-in tub, double vanities, a walk-in closet, and washer dryer. I mean, it's got everything a bloke needs. Mikey, this whole wing's almost like a self-contained flat. This is all a person could need. You nailed it, plus more built-ins. External doors opening onto another balcony. Look at the motor court with a small dining area. I'm really feeling these well-planned little kitchenettes. And calling this a kitchenette is almost sell it short, because they've got a Miele oven Just got a bit of jolt there. Gas cooktop, small Miele dishwasher. This is a 60 centimeters rather than a 75 centimeters one. Sink, another Miele oven, and a small fridge that hasn't been used. Mikey, there we go. This gaff was knocked up in 2015, but the folks who own it have only parked here for 3 months. So it's practically brand new. That's why the whole place is spick and span and looks as if it's never been lived in. Mikey, yeah, it's real nice. Sit-in area or the living room for the guest quarters. And all these casement windows showing off the side of the block where we've got this ripper rock. And I had a yak to the owners, and they told me they were going to chuck some outdoor lighting all around that rock. So it lights up at night and the view's grouse. Mikey, is the light out there now? Nah, I wish I was telling M to crack on with that idea. Mikey, because they're on to the fact we're going to be showing night shots, yeah? You bet. Mikey, yeah, maybe next time we swing by. Mikey, next time. Righto, everyone. That's a wrap for the 4th floor. Now, let's head back to the staircase and get down to the ground floor. Upbeat music. Righto, everyone. Here we are at the ground floor landing. Same marble floors are here as well. As we mentioned before, there's a handful of bedrooms on this level, and they're all up to the job of being master bedrooms. You're about to see why. I reckon we kick off with the first door to me left, which leads straight into a whopper walk-in closet, again with a washer and dryer. And this one's set up as a bit of a kid's room. Got a small kid's bed here, nice, cute chair. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Now, moseying this way lets us out the bathroom. I'm in 2 minds. I can't decide if this dunny's better than the one upstairs. This is roomy as all get out. Same style built-in jetted tub, looking out at views to die for. The walls are clad in marble. Floors are all marble. We've got to flash some of the details, Mikey. You got to check out these recessed AC diffusers that are clad in marble. This is the sort of gear we love. And we got the walk-in shower directly there, gazing at the views. Double vanity here, with a telly right in the middle. Mikey, I think I might just be a bit partial to the one upstairs just because of the window size, but this is just as good. Well, this one's got more privacy, being on the lower level. Got the bedroom here, king-size bed. Again, French door swinging open onto a private balcony on this level. The telly's on this side. You can set up a bit of a sit-in area here. This is grouse. Actually, I'm wrapped, I remembered. Mikey, get your camera up to the ceiling. Cop a squiz at that ceiling medallion. They've stuck it in a bunch of other spots throughout the property. Adds a classy, timeless touch. Mikey, dead right. Righto, let's leg it back. Gotta show this. Can't help myself. I'm a tragic nerd, I know. Check out the recessed AC diffusers. Since they had the black marble border in the floors, they had to cut each one of those pieces to get that line bang on. Top shelf. And here's something worth knowing. This staircase actually goes down another level where we got the basement or the lower level, which opens up onto the backyard or the grounds. It's currently unfinished, but could be an amazing spot for a cinema, gym, or a second or third entertaining area. Or you could even have a crack at putting your indoor pool on that level, which would be bloody grouse. Mikey, I was just going to ask, I reckon the only thing this house is missing is a pool or hot tub. So maybe that'd be the perfect spot. You bet. The next person to own it could put one in without any worries. Oh, and this wall here. NS. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're here in Malibu, California, to tour an $80 million mansion owned by Grant Cardone, a well-known real estate investor, author, and motivational speaker. Grant Cardone, welcome to my home. I bought this mansion not just to live in, but to create amazing experiences for my family and friends. NS. From the outside, the house is a modern, minimalist design, yet it looks incredibly luxurious. Grant, I love simplicity. I don't want a home overloaded with details. To me, true luxury comes from space, light, and location. NS. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're here in Malibu, California, to tour an $80 million mansion owned by Grant Cardone, a real estate investor, best-selling author, and world-renowned speaker. Grant Cardone, welcome to my home. I bought this place not just to live in, but to create experiences for my family and friends. NS. From the outside, the house is a modern, minimalist design, yet it feels incredibly luxurious. Grant, I love simplicity. I don't want a home overloaded with details. For me, true luxury comes from space, light, and location. Grant, this is the main kitchen. We have 2 large islands and all top-of-the-line appliances. NS, very impressive. I see you even have a bar section. Grant, yes, I don't drink much, but guests appreciate it. A home like this should cover every need. Grant, out here is the backyard space. The infinity pool stretches right toward the ocean. I wanted this to be the place where my family truly connects. NS, I can imagine hosting incredible parties here. Grant, we do that often. To me, a home isn't just for living, it's for living big. Grant, this is the main kitchen. We have 2 large islands and all top-of-the-line appliances. NS, very impressive. I see you even have a bar section. Grant, yes, I don't drink much, but guests appreciate it. A home like this should cover every need. Grant, out here is the backyard space. The infinity pool stretches right toward the ocean. I wanted this to be the place where my family truly connects. NS, I can imagine hosting incredible parties here. Grant, we do that often. To me, a home isn't just for living, it's for living big. Grant, this is the main kitchen. We have 2 large islands and all top-of-the-line appliances. NS, very impressive. I see you even have a bar section. Grant, yes, I don't drink much, but guests appreciate it. A home like this should cover every need. Grant, out here is the backyard space. The infinity pool stretches right toward the ocean. I wanted this to be the place where my family truly connects. NS, I can imagine hosting incredible parties here. Grant, we do that often. To me, a home isn't just for living, it's for living big. Grant, this is the main kitchen. We have 2 large islands and all top-of-the-line appliances. NS, very impressive. I see you even have a bar section. Grant, yes, I don't drink much, but guests appreciate it. A home like this should cover every need. Grant, out here is the backyard space. The infinity pool stretches right toward the ocean. I wanted this to be the place where my family truly connects. NS, I can imagine hosting incredible parties here. Grant, we do that often. To me, a home isn't just for living, it's for living big. Grant, this is the main kitchen. We have 2 large islands and all top-of-the-line appliances. NS, very impressive. I see you even have a bar section. Grant, yes, I don't drink much, but guests appreciate it. A home like this should cover every need. Grant, out here is the backyard space. The infinity pool stretches right toward the ocean. I wanted this to be the place where my family truly connects. NS, I can imagine hosting incredible parties here. Grant, we do that often. To me, a home isn't just for living, it's for living big. Grant, this is the main kitchen. We have 2 large islands and all top-of-the-line appliances. NS, very impressive. I see you even have a bar section. Grant, yes, I don't drink much, but guests appreciate it. A home like this should cover every need. Grant, out here is the backyard space. The infinity pool stretches right toward the ocean. I wanted this to be the place where my family truly connects. NS, I can imagine hosting incredible parties here. Grant, we do that often. To me, a home isn't just for living, it's for living big.